Hello, brothers and comrades. It is Positively Sports Media. We're heading into week 6 of the NFL season, October 9th, 2025. If you've been hanging around with us the last few weeks, you probably have no money left. It's been abysmal. We'd be lucky if we've won 8 games in the last 2 weeks. That said, we're back to do it one more time. It's just me, your boy Joe. And we're just going to keep chugging through game picks. We're going to do a little stat analysis because I'm here by myself. We'll do a little bit of the nerdy stuff. And maybe a game at the end to get off on a more cheery note. Because we've been picking games now for 6 weeks. And I think we've had one winning week. 5 weeks. One winning week. I think that's just how we're going to judge our success. It's hard to win against the spread. And we've been showing just how hard it can be. That said, let's get our second winning week under our belts. I'm sorry. But it's Thursday, and it's time for Thursday Night Football. We have the Philadelphia Eagles. The ratings on this team, the rankings, against the other teams in the league, they've got like one of the worst passing offenses, one of the worst rushing offenses. The defense is middle of the pack across the board, and yet they're what? 4-1. Yeah, week 6. 4-1. Against the Giants of New York, who are starting Jackson Dart, who looks like a slightly more physical and less accurate Bo Nix. That's been my player comp. He's this year's Bo Nix. But Bo is a little bit more precise of a passer, and Jackson Dart can be a little bit more powerful on the Josh Allen spectrum of a runner. He's got his running back in Scatterboon now, but Tyrone Tracy's coming back, so they'll have a two-headed beast in the backfield. At home against the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football, coming off, the Giants are a loss against the Saints, I believe, right? 12-point loss to give Spencer Rattler his first win. I think that's probably all you need to know. If Spencer Rattler and the Saints put up 26 points, the Eagles will probably put up 38. Can the Giants score 3 touchdowns tonight against the Eagles? I doubt it. You heard it here first, 38-17. Eagles. In foggy fucking London town, the Denver Broncos are playing the New York Jets. Can I have a spot of tea? Sorry. Can a trip across the ocean save a relationship? Or are you the same miserable set of people in New Jersey that you're going to be in Old Jersey? You know what I mean? If you suck in New York, do you suck in Old York? Do you know what I'm saying? If you're bad in New Hampshire, but then you get on a boat and go to Old Hampshire, are you any better? The answer is yes. New York Jets. Got nothing to say. The Cardinals suck. And the Colts are good. Got nothing to say. John Taylor, let's go over here, a little preview. If you go to leaders here in career rushing, and we're going to go, if you watch the channel, you've seen this before. Yards per game rushing in their career. That's the top 5. John Taylor is within 0.6 yards of Eric Dickerson. Terrell Davis only played for 6 years. That's what we're talking about. Indiana Jones, it's fun, you know. Everyone talked about Anthony Richardson, Danny Dimes. Steichen, McAfee. How does the song go? This is my team. This is my city. We bleed blue. That's what everyone talks about. But they don't talk about John Taylor is number 5 all time in rushing yards per game on a list that includes Barry Sanders. In front of a man, we didn't even say his name. We just called him Sweetness. Clinton Portis. What a beast. He was on my fantasy team in 08. Curtis Martin. And then Derrick Henry. He's okay. 5 places behind John Taylor on the list. We bleed blue. Colts by 15. What are we talking about? That's one of the ones we've been winning is Colts. Eagles just went up to 7.5, but we got it at 7, so we're keeping that. Browns Steelers and Dylan Gabriel's second game as the starter. I thought he looked good. I thought the coach, Stefanski, threw that game away with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Throwing the ball 3 times when Judkins moving pile. You got Sampson. Put them both, play the fucking wishbone offense, Stefanski. I've seen you do it. I think they threw 3 passes, or maybe they ran on first down and threw on second and third down incomplete. Not really competitive plays. Gave no clock ran, and they gave the ball back to Carson Wentz. In foggy fucking London town. A man named Carson. That said, the Steelers win football games, but they don't win pretty. Browns in 6 feels safe because I think the Steelers will win by 3 or 5 or something odd and funky. The Browns will miss an extra point. Browns by 6. Browns within 6. This is our town. We bleed blue. Cowboys, Panthers. Holy shit, a system error occurred. Cowboys, Panthers. Rico Dowell, revenge game. Last Cowboys revenge game was Michael Parsons, and that was a 40-40 tie. So maybe it doesn't mean nothing. Maybe nothing means nothing. That's kind of where we're at, right, co-host? Nothing means nothing. 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 I can't even see the fucking games. We're just going to... Is my whole internet down? Are we even recording? What's going on? Holy shit. Seahawks, Jaguars. I don't even know what the lines are now. This is our town. We bleed blue. Is this website? Do I go to a different gambling website that I certainly haven't used in the past? Okay. We're going to do this. We said Eagles by 7, and we got our good number. We said Jets 7.5. It's an even better number. We said Browns in 6. We said Colts by 7.5. I'll take it up to 8.5. For heaven's sake, this is our town. We bleed blue. Rams, Ravens. Cooper Rush and the boys. Derrick Henry, healthy, just not being utilized properly. They've got this kind of pitch count thing for D. Henry that he hits his stride around Thanksgiving. It's October 9th. But they need him now. Because if they keep losing games, they're going to be too far away. I think that they're still the favorites to win the division. My voice is getting really high. AFC divisions. AFC North, the Baltimore Ravens are the favorites. Because the Bengals are dead, the Browns are dead, and the Steelers are collapsible, and the Ravens are runnable. They can get there. And I don't think the Steelers have played the Ravens. And so a clean sweep of the Steelers-Ravens series by the Ravens. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. They're only 2 games back. 3-1 Steelers had a bye week. 1-4 Ravens, so they're like a game and a half back, I think you'd say. I don't know how that works. But there's no reason that the Ravens, they win 2 games against the Steelers and the Steelers lose 2 games against the Ravens. That's a 3-3 team and a 3-4 team, and the Ravens could still make a run and be Super Bowl champions. So none of this, nothing matters in September, even in early October. Right around Halloween is when we start to look at things and start doing math. More so than I just did math. Do you understand? I went to the Seahawks Buccaneers game. It was fantastic. Amazing game. Baker. I don't know if you saw it. Maybe you did in the TV cut. Baker early in the second quarter. They had a big, maybe it was at the end of the first quarter as we headed into the second quarter, and the Buccaneers were moving the pelota down the field, you know what I mean? Down the gridiron. And Baker came up to the crowd and was fucking going nuts. Moxie coming out of his ears, this guy. In the white creamsicle with the creamsicle trim? Are you out of your mind? The Seahawks never stood a chance. On Tuesday, they announced the uniforms, and the game was over in the white creamsicle. And a young man from Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka, was never number 1. So he wears number 2. Ooh. He's like Derek Jeter out there. Number 2. Holy shit. This has never not worked before, but now it's not working. Oh, God. Why are you watching this? Rams, Ravens. Cooper Rush, 7.5 points at home. Derrick Henry, can they sit on that thing? Can they just ride Derrick Henry like the stallion he is and just sit on that thing? 40 minutes of possession. Just sit on that thing. Can they? Puka Nacua, Tutu Atwell, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams. They got the landman on defense. This is a tough one. If I had one of these Rams here, they would say ram it up your bet slip, you know? We bleed blue. I'm going to say the Rams can cover that on the road. The whole organization is being put into question like they're saying like this is how we use. I saw a thing on Twitter. It was like Ray Lewis and Saragusa and Ed Reed in like '02 or something. It was Shannon Sharp, right? Having Moxie on the sideline. We're going to San Diego, right? They're Brian Billick, and they're saying, like, this is who we used to be, and that's not who we are anymore. I think the Ravens are one of the best teams in football. They just have a rough start to the season, and they're going to cover this game with Cooper Kush at quarterback. Going to lose, going to cover. Seahawks, pissed off. Imagine getting beat at home and then having a 6-hour plane ride to Jacksonville, which is just an hour away from Tampa Bay, the guys that just came to your house and beat you and stole your stuff in creamsicle jerseys. They're pissed. Sammy Darnold is. Cooper Cup keeps a copper cup. Kenny Walker, Charbonnet. The Jags overperforming. Regression to the mean. Ascension to the mean. Regression. Ascension. Seahawks cover and win. Cowboys, Panthers. Rico Dowdle revenge game. This is where we were. Not even a question. Cowboys win this game by 10. Moving on. Chargers, Dolphins. Najee, hurt. Hampton, hurt. Joe Alt, hurt. The Niners get the credit for being the most injured team. The Ravens' top 6 paid athletes out there are hurt, which doesn't make sense to me because Derrick Henry, how is D. Henry not one of the top paid athletes? I don't know. But apparently the top 6 Ravens were all hurt, and Derrick Henry's not one of the top 6 paid Ravens. But the Chargers, these injuries have really, they're really going to impact them. Hassan Haskin and Vidal, I'm sure they're nice guys. I don't know if I want them leading my rushing attack, although running backs over the years have proven to be replaceable. I'm going to stop and get a sip as I think about this. Dolphins press conferences are like acid trips. The coach, I love him. I've smoked a few doinks in my day, so I kind of get where he's coming from. Usually. Takes a little while to get there, and it's an avenue. It's a boulevard on the route to a sensible conclusion, usually. But Tua's up there talking. He's like, he's like dissociating. He's like, I just want to be with my kids. I don't even like you people. I don't know what he's saying up there. But it doesn't inspire confidence, but it does kind of make me think that there is a circle the wagons mentality happening in Miami. I think that maybe having Tyreek Hill not in the building anymore in a weird way might be a little addition by subtraction. I think that Malik Washington is going to be in that role, and he's going to perform admirably. Is it this week at home against the Chargers, who also are on a long plane ride to South Florida? Let's see some records here. What are we talking about? What the hell are we talking about? The Chargers are in first place in the division that Patrick Mahomes plays in. The Dolphins are in second to last place only because they're in the division that the New York Jets play in. My voice is really high. Finns 1-1 at home, 0-3 on the road. Does that mean anything? Oh my God. Oh my God. Does it mean anything? Yeah, I think it does. I think I'm happy with the 4 points. They're going to lose by a field goal, or maybe they're going to shock them. South Florida heat, but the Chargers, it's warm out here in Southern California. I'm sure it's warm out there in South Florida, but you know what they say? It's not the heat, it's the humidity. Dolphins, +4. I think I'm losing my mind. Patriots, Saints. Saints, Spencer Rattler, first win in 11 tries. That's a great, let's see his. I put Pro Football Reference in it like it's his middle name, like it's a nickname. Spencer Pro Football Reference Rattler has started in his career. Wow. This one doesn't count. 1 win, 10 losses. When it's your 11th game and you're looking for your first win, that's wild. He's thrown for 126 yards. Sorry, this is just an interesting gander here. The game he won, he threw for 225 and a touchdown and no picks. He's had one multi-touchdown game in his career, and it was his second game. All to say, maybe they're starting to get a feel, but the Patriots just beat the Bills, and you got to think that they're going to ride that high and just have this is a big week for the Patriots to prove that they're the real deal. That they have a chance of winning a division that includes the Buffalo Bills with the skills. That kills. Patriots are 3-2. They had a chance to get their fourth win here, knowing that the Buffalo Bills are playing the Falcons in Georgia. I'm going to stick with the Patriots -4. Moving on. Titans, Raiders. I don't know. This is heads or tails. So every week in fantasy football, I point out the game of the week in my league, and then I point out the game of the week. This is the game of the week down there. These teams suck, and this game doesn't matter. The fact that I have to pick this game and that it's going to count in my record is an abomination. Titans plus 4.5. And we're moving on to the 49ers and my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, do you want Brock Purdy if you're the Niners, or do you want Mac Jones? There's people that walk in this alley next to my office. I mean, day and night. This guy looks professional, like he has an iPad, like he might be a legitimate person. I saw a man covered in white paint, not like a painter, just a man covered in white paint, walking in this alley next to my office. I see a guy every day who wears a security shirt, and I don't think he's working security. I don't know what happens behind the building next to where I film these and work, but something's happening back there. What? It's a defunct, abandoned medical building where there used to be people slowly withering away. An eye shot of me. I could see lights beeping and Fox News playing, right? I don't think there's no people in there for sure. There still appears to be medical equipment, and there are just dusty-ass people. But that guy had like an iPad and a clipboard and looked like he worked for a construction company. The man in white paint and the security guy. These are not legitimate characters in our community. I don't see them at any of the city council meetings. I don't think they're on the school board. Buccaneers win by 3. More than 3. I don't care if Mac Jones is playing. I don't care if Joe Montana comes out of retirement and throws it to Jerry Rice like in the commercials. I'm too old for this shit. Baker Mayfield. Emeka Egbuka. Now, I was at the game. I didn't see as much Sean Tucker as I would have liked. I didn't see, you know what I did see was Chris Godwin drop a ball on the sideline, and I don't know if he got another target all day. I saw Emeka Egbuka on deep shots, on third downs. I mean, every day of the week and twice on Sundays. That's why he wears number 2. Oh, my God. This one's ridiculous. Joey Flacco is heading down the interstate from Cleveland to Cincinnati. Thank you for your service as a Brown, Joey. Right? And you're one of us, you know? But I also think Jake Browning has a gunslinger in him, and I think that he was maybe trying to sling gun a little too hard, and that's where the picks came from. And he wasn't thinking conservative, and he wasn't thinking like long-term approach. I think when you get this opportunity, if you're Jake Browning, he's had it before. You got to think like, what can I do to stay alive into November? We're not trying to win football games necessarily. I'm trying to keep my job. That's a crazy thing to say now, and it's easy in retrospect. But like, can't throw 3 picks a game and just get your ass beat. Get your ass beat. Packers by 14.5, though. They're not like, I mean, I guess they can be. Love can pump it down the field against a weak Bengals defense. Josh Jacobs can punch it in 2-3 times. This game could be over at halftime. If it's over at halftime, Joey Flacco's got nothing but heart. Does he march down the field in the second half when they're down 21 and score that touchdown? 14.5 in a professional football game that Jamar Chase is playing in. I'm going to take Jamar Chase. I'm going to take Jamar Chase to win by only 10 or lose by only 10 or 13. Sunday Night Football features an amazing matchup between the Detroit Lions in Missouri playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Make that make sense, right? And Lions are 2-point underdogs. Maybe it's on the road. Maybe they're 1-point favorites, and then you kind of go, well, it's the home field advantage at Arrowhead is a field goal. So that's how you get to -2 for the Chiefs. That math makes sense. It's not cold in Kansas yet, and that wouldn't matter if it was, because this game is being played in Missouri. He's back. He's on FaceTime call. He's a legitimate character. I'll keep you up. I think that the Lions win this game. 2 points is like, why are we doing this? Just let me pick it straight up. Write in the comments if I can pick it straight up. Is this video like 20 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes? I have no idea. I'm losing my mind. Bills-Falcons. Bills win. It's a revenge game. The Falcons aren't that good. Penix is... he's fine. He's not that good. He's NFC good. He's not AFC good. Bears, commies win. Not even a question. We're done with this now. I'm going to take a little video screenshot you guys are all going to be a part of. Why are you taking a video screenshot if it's in a video, Joe? Well, because I'm going to send this in the group chat, and that's what I check before I come in here. And that's how I know if I did really good or if I did really bad. And the last couple of weeks, it's been really bad. Oh, God. Oh, God. I hope you guys didn't see that. Oh, my God. You didn't see that. Okay, good. Okay. You can't see that, right? Okay, good. Thank God. All right, let's do something fun. Forget about all this shit. I was going to look really quick. Let's just look at Krosky Merritt, and I'm just going to say, if you look, you know, big week last week. I don't think enough people look at these stats in a fantasy football perspective where you're like, is Krosky Merritt worth getting? Yes, he's worth getting. 43 attempts. The next highest is Jaden Daniels, who missed 2 games. Chris Rodriguez played 3 games. He only has 23 carries and 105 yards. Bill Krosky Merritt has run for 17 first downs so far this season, 4 touchdowns. He's averaging 6.5 yards a carry. He's averaging 56 yards a game. And that, a couple of those games, they didn't really feed the beast. So, yes, go get Bill Krosky Merritt. He's a legitimate dude. He's like, could be your second running back. Or if you have 2 good running backs and you get Bill Krosky Merritt, you got a good team now officially. You need 3 good running backs in fantasy football. If you're going to be in one of the winning teams, you need 3 guys in the top 20 or 22. Not on someone's rest of the season list, on the right now points scored list, right? And then get your 3, and then hopefully they're on teams that can move the football, and then get some of the guys that back them up. You don't need to have 5 running backs from different teams of different variation. It doesn't help you to have Ramondre Stevenson on your bench. Do you get what I'm saying? Like a guy who's ranked on that list of points scored 25 to 30. If you've got like 3 of those dudes on your bench and you're like, well, one of them could pop up. It's not going to happen. The chances of you picking the right guy the right week is very slim. So top heavy and then get the backups. Trust me on this. With wide receivers, things can be a little different. And we're going to look really quick at a guy you should look at for wide receivers, because wide receivers are chasing. You need 10 points to be competitive. And then you're chasing big games. And explosive dudes. We're going to go leaders here. Who can have an explosive game? Who can have like a Randy Moss when he had like 3 catches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns? Is there anyone floating below the surface who can do that? And the answer is yes, there is. And it's not even hard to find him, because you just look at who's the best, look at the leaders in these stat categories, and you're going to see a young man pop up. Not in this advertisement. You're going to see a young man pop up somewhere looking. Yeah, there it is. Who leads the league in yards per receptions? His name is Tyquan Thornton, and he plays for Kansas City. Jameson Williams is the second guy on that list. And when we think of Jameson Williams, because they've been a winning team and we know what he's about for many years, we know, they throw some deep shots to J-Mo. maybe 3 or 4 or 5 a game if they're really trying to win and be very competitive. That's their deep shot, stretches the field. It helps the run game. It helps the underneath game. It helps Amon-Ra St. Brown. For these offenses like Kansas City and Detroit that run these sometimes complex RPOs, or he's flipping the ball behind his back and there's motion and there's a lot of shit going on, being able to stretch the field with a sprinter, a vertical outside threat like Tyquan Thornton or Jameson Williams it's crucial. It's essential. And if you look at Jameson Williams, this looks like a mugshot, my man. You got to smile a little bit in your picture there. You look like you're having a bad day. This should be a good day, JMO. Dimitri Williams. Okay? I love you. If you look at some of his games when he's done really well, 5 catches for $140, 4 catches for $120, 2 catches for 108, 2 catches for 80, touchdowns. He's never caught 2 touchdowns in a game. He's never caught more than 6 passes in a game. And yet, on people's list, Jameson Williams is like a dude that you should pay attention to in fantasy football, and he is. As is. But maybe there's a value thing that's happening. Maybe he's overvalued, and for about the same results, you can get Tyquan Thornton for a much lower price. Got me? Surprised to see Kayshon Boutte on there. And surprised George Pickens isn't higher, but he's had to, because that's how they used Pickens. He's not a speedster, but he's so good downfield. You say, let's block 7, let's have 7, let's have 2 tight ends both chipping and give our quarterback extra time to let Georgie get down there, and then moon ball like Russ Wilson, right? Who should have, if I'm the Bengals, I would have got Russ. Because if you're the Giants, you can hold on to Jameson Williams. Got it? Are we on the same page? John Taylor's having a historic run in football, and John Taylor's number 1-1. Puka's ridiculous. Ricky Pearsall here. This is 2 important things to see, and we're going to go to Immaculate Grid. Is that Ricky Pearsall is averaging 81.5 yards per game, and that when he's playing, there's a young man named Mac Jones. Don't call him McKenzie, who's throwing the ball on average 43 times a game in Joe Flacco, Dak Prescott territory, and Matt Stafford territory, and he's completing 28.5 of those passes. So if Mac Jones is playing, get the receiver, Kendrick Bourne. If Ricky Pearsall is playing, start him if Mac Jones is playing. Got it? Let's try to win an Immaculate Grid. I'm going to reset it so y'all know I didn't do it. Oh, I guess this is just the one for the day. I haven't done this before. So we're going to limp through this. A player who is a Giant and an Eagle is obviously Saquon Barkley. Y'all can see this? Hell yeah. A player who was an Eagle and a Commie is obviously... Is this the point of this is to get the easy ones? Because I'm going to get the easy ones. Donovan McNabb. A player who was a Giant and a Houston Texan. Is there a running back? Oh my God. There's a motor vehicle I've never seen. I don't think that cars are allowed in this alley. You heard it here first. There's like a souped out Jeep just drove back to where I believe there is a drug den in the building besides me. I'm not good with Texans. I'm not good with Cardinals. I think I'm going to struggle with this. An Eagle who has recorded an interception, I'm going to say, who's that? The white guy who did it in the Super Bowl. He played for Iowa. Come on now. Golly. Do I give up? Okay. J.J. Watt must have had at least one pick in his life. He did not. Oh, wait, he was a... Oh, wait. Does this... Oh. Buda Baker. Eagle who's recorded... Brian Dawkins. Okay, my Eagles are done. a Washington Commander who was a Houston Texan. I feel like there's just not a lot of overlap. Oh, golly. Wide receivers. I'm so bad at this. Why am I doing this? A Cardinal who was a commie. A Giant who was a Cardinal. I'm thinking Cardinals. Let's just think quarterbacks. Okay, Josh McCown could work for either my Texans or my Cardinals. I really don't know. I think it's always a good idea to throw some McCown guesses in because he played everywhere. So let's try. No. I think I'm going to be giving up. I did pretty good. Keep guessing overtime. How about we do yesterday's? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, now it's a different story because we have Cleveland Browns on there. Oh my God. Oh, why are we doing this? Willie McGinnis. Okay. A Falcon with 10. Did Roddy White ever? Is that? Or Joe Horn? Did Roddy White must have, right? But I know that Joe Horn did. Because Joe Horn never played there. Oh, God. I just saw the video of Art Blank, and he was talking. Was it to Joe Horn's son? J.C. Horn, I think his name is. About how he loved Joe Horn. I'm missing someone else, too. Who was that really good wide receiver for all those years? I don't want to get it wrong. Who was Julio Jones? Because I just don't want to get it wrong. Obviously, but Roddy White probably would have been correct there. A Buffalo Bill, Stephanie Diggs. Okay. A Patriot, Gronk. Okay. Let's go Packers first because I'm going to get the other ones with the Browns will be easier. A Packers player who played for the Patriots. A Packers player who played for the Bills. A Packer who played for the Falcons. Oh, it's a legitimate operation. There's many men back there. Maybe that guy covered in paint was a painter. He was covered in paint in a way that made me think this man has never painted a minute in his life. Head to toe in paint, and his face was covered in paint. And I don't know a lot about paint. I think there was lead-based paint, and maybe there's not anymore. But I still don't think you're supposed to put white paint on your face on purpose. And this was so purpose. It was like paint. And it was on his clothing. Like he did a ritual, a sort of a thing. All right, I can't do it. I'm so bad at this. Better than most people, I'm sure, but like not like good enough at this. Fuck! A Packer who played for the Falcons. Reggie White? Wait. No, that's Reggie White. Reggie White. A Packer who played for the Patriots. Oh well, technically Brett Favre. Okay. Good. Okay. Patriot. I'm not good with Patriots. And the Bills, I'm okay with, but not great. Wasn't there a running back? No. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to get the Browns, and I'm stalling. Let's get the Browns. A Brown who came from Buffalo, or a Bill that... A Brown that went to Buffalo. Browns, Bills, Browns, Falcons. Where did Peyton Hillis went to Denver? Browns. Let's think of like those when the Browns started getting veteran quarterbacks. The fucking guy from San Francisco, Jeff Garcia, he's in. Did Vinny Testaverde? Did he even play for the Browns? I liked Vinny Testaverde. We called him Vinny Testa Turnover. Oh my God, we're really descending into madness here. I have no idea. A Cleveland Browns. Okay, let's just think wide receivers. Or running backs, but I can't even think of anyone. I'm just thinking of players I liked. Braylon Edwards was a Jet. There's got to be some, like, almost backup quarterbacks, like, move around the most. But Falcons, Browns. Cordell Patterson was never a Brown. Browns, Bills. Bills. Is there an obvious Bill Packer? Boy, I'm so bad at this. Tap on a logo or category for help. Oh, the help is just telling me that these teams have existed for a long time. In all those years of the Bills existing. Oh my golly gosh. A Brown who is can we just even look at like some old rosters to think? Browns, Falcons. Okay, Matt Ryan used to hand the ball to, I couldn't even name a Falcon that Matt Ryan handed the ball to. Oh, God. I'm going to have to study up and do better at this. I don't know why I thought I could do this. Oh, there must be one like right now even. Browns receivers right now. Jerry Jeudy. He's on the team. Who else? Just Jamari Thrash is a rookie or a second-year Brown. Isaiah Bond, obviously not. Joe Ford is a Brown. Joe Flacco just left. I'm just thinking of players who've been around. I have no idea. Receivers from my childhood. I can't think of a single one. We're going to keep guessing. And we're going to cheat. Browns, Pro Football. We're going to look at some players. Testaverde did play for the Browns. Did he play? Jets, Dallas, Jets, Patriots. Does that help us? No. Could have been Vinny there. Was never a Falcon, never a Bill. Looking for players who played for a long time. Derek Anders. Was a Cardinal. That was last one. Oh, he played for... Okay. Okay. And a Brown who was a Falcon. And a Brown who was a Falcon. Boy, I loved Charlie Fry. Shame what happened to Charlie. Brian Hoyer played for everyone. Was he ever a Falcon? Atlanta. Give me Atlanta. Oh, my Atlanta. Oh, golly. I guess if they played a lot of... Oh, Muhammad Massaquoi. Was Muhammad Massaquoi a Falcon? I believe he was not. Unreal. He played 3 seasons? Massaquoi. Am I nuts? Massaquoi played 3 seasons. Did he get hurt? What happened to Massaquoi? He was so good back in the day. Why did his career end? He was signed and released. Oh, and he lost 4 fingers on his left hand in an accident. Tragic story of Muhammad Massaquoi. We're really off the deep end now. Let's see if I can just go. We're going to go to Falcons all-time leaders and see if I recognize a single Brown. And then we're going to get the fuck out of here. I want the Falcons in general. En general, as they say. And we're going to go career leaders in receiving, maybe. Anyone here ever spend a minute on the Browns? Are there any Browns in the crowd? Are there any Browns? Any fucking Cleveland Browns? Yes, there is. Eric Metcalf. All right. I don't think I'm good enough to do the Immaculate Grid on these videos. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I'm good enough at English football. Is it just always like this? I don't know. That was very difficult. That was a hard one there. Do they ever get easier? A giant? I don't think I'm good at this. I can't even get first round draft picks. Was Flacco? Hell yeah, he was. Was Terrell Davis? Feels like he was. Nope. Was. Of course, Johnny Boy was. Was Eli Manning technically? Probably not, right? Saquonicus. Is there a giant? This is good. I don't think I can do this. Ba-da. All right. Let's try one Sporcle, maybe. These are usually a little bit easier. I'm just trying to give you people something. Okay? I'm just trying to give you people something clickable. I thought the categories. Okay, sports category. All-time popular sports categories. I mean, this one's pretty easy. I can do, let's see how fast I can type out all the NFL teams, and then we'll do one more serious one, and then we're done. Okay? Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets, Browns, Ravens, Bengals, Steelers. Let's go east to the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Commanders. NFC North is the Lions, Packers, fucking Chicago Bears, and the Vikings. AFC South can be a tough one at times because the Titans are still a new team to me. Indianapolis Colts just moved over from Baltimore. Texans. There's one I always miss here. It's the Jags. AFC West, of course, is an easy one because the Chiefs run that, and the Chargers are chasing, and the Broncos, and then the Raiders fall far behind. The NFC West, I'm stuck with these Rams, these Seahawks, these Cardinals. Oh, my God, Cardinals. These 49ers. NFC South is one I usually get last, and I'm bad at. Saints, and there's just a forgettable team here, right? Yeah, the Panthers. And that took a minute and 12 seconds. I'm just trying to entertain you people with my sadness. No, I'm just kidding. Just give me one more football one that's not. Criteria NFC team. Okay. I think I can do this. It was an NFL team before 2000, and it's not in the South, not from Cleveland. They won one of the first 10 Super Bowls. Reggie White was never on the roster, so it's not the Packers. Chiefs. It's probably the Chiefs. Le'Veon Bell played for them. The first 10 Super Bowls the Steelers did win one. The location name is 2 words, and it shares a home stadium with another team. Whoa. Whoa. This is now very confusing. Oh, but is it? Because the teams that share a home stadium really narrow it down, right? It's the Jets. The only teams that share a stadium are the Jets and Giants and the Rams and Chargers. Is that true? It is true. So that really narrowed it down. And Joe Montana, of course. 9 questions remain. How do I get to the next question? Jets. How do I get to the next question? Let's pause. Let's resume. Am I missing something? If I click. Oh! So each one I name. One on the first Super Bowls. I don't know how this works. So I have to get them in a certain order, maybe? Isn't... Dolphins. I don't know how this works. Oh, maybe I have to do it in order? Le'Veon Bell played for the Steelers. In the AFC. Okay, and it's not... How does this work? More info. Give me a little. Everything is modern era. Wrong answer. It doesn't totally explain to me what I'm supposed to do. That said, forced order. Answers have to be in order. So I have to maybe look ahead and say, okay. Is it in the AFC? I clicked Dolphins. Okay, I'm going to try one more time and click Jags. Okay, I don't know how this works. And I think that's going to be it. I'm sinking into my chair. We're losing football games. We're not really betting on them. We've got a losing record. We've won 1 week. I'm losing my mind. The stats are clear. Bill Krosky merits the running back number 1 in Washington. And Tyquan Thornton is an underrated prospect. The Browns are going to cover. The Ravens are going to cover. I'm all alone in here. Thanks to Positively Records for sponsoring. Look at this beautiful record. I'm sure that no one's watching at this point. But look at some of the shit we make, man. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Let's get over here. That's gorgeous. This is a wax mage of Juliana Zaccario's 7-inch single. Where are we? And how about that beautiful center label design? Gorgeous Ghost State. Look at that. Okay, this is a wax mage record. Those are for sale on the website. The wax mages aren't for sale. But I'm giving one out in an order today. So if you buy a record, any old record, if you mention the show, write me an email, joe@positivelyrecords.com. Mention the show. I'll give you a wax mage record for free along with the record that you buy. Or if you don't want that, because you could buy this, I'll give you that in the package with it. If you don't want both of them, just tell me and I'll give you whichever one you want. PositivelyRecords.la. Vinyl Records. Halloween party in New York. Email me. Pete Jonas played Red Rocks yesterday. Positively Records. To the moon. This is our record label. We bleed blue. Good night, everyone.